The Middleton family is currently facing difficult times after the collapse of their longtime family business, Party Pieces. The mail-order company, which sold party supplies and decorations, was forced into administration earlier this year with substantial debts totaling £2.6 million. This was undoubtedly a major blow to Michael and Carol Middleton, who founded Party Pieces back in 1987 and have run it ever since. The failure of Party Pieces seems to have come as a shock to many. By all outward appearances, the company appeared to be prospering right up until its demise. But behind the scenes, it was struggling under the weight of significant liabilities. The firm owed over £57,000 to its landlord and a whopping £600,000 to HMRC in unpaid taxes. This level of debt evidently became unsustainable, though the exact reasons for the downfall remain unclear. Some have speculated that the COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent economic turmoil dealt the final death blow. But perhaps there were longer-standing issues that slowly eroded the financial health of the business over time. The collapse of Party Pieces has also unfortunately made the Middletons the target of public criticism and abuse. Around their home village of Bucklebury in Berkshire, malicious posters and flyers have appeared lambasting them over the failure of the company. The Middletons' youngest son James and his wife Alize, who recently gave birth to a baby boy named Inigo, have reportedly been seen tearing down some of these posters in an attempt to halt the hateful messaging. This just adds insult to injury after the family's business woes. What makes the story even more intriguing is the revelation that the Middletons' eldest daughter Catherine, now known to the world as the Duchess of Cambridge after marrying Prince William, could have potentially saved Party Pieces from its demise. As royal biographer Robert Lacey shares in his book, Battle of Brothers, Kate had shown remarkable business acumen from a young age and worked actively with Party Pieces for some time. Lacey suggests that Catherine had all the makings of a fantastic trader. She's got a shrewd eye for profit and a very hard head on her shoulders. After university, Kate briefly returned to work for the family business, and according to Lacey's source, I am quite sure she would have taken the business into a new dimension if she had stayed. Very much in her mother's style. Of course, Kate did not end up staying with Party Pieces. Her relationship with Prince William continued to grow serious, leading to a widely celebrated royal wedding in 2011. She became the Duchess of Cambridge and a central figure in the monarchy, alongside her husband, who is now the Prince of Wales and heir to the British throne. One can only imagine how different things could have turned out if Kate had taken over Party Pieces and steered it to prosperity in the 2010s. Perhaps the business would still be thriving today as a royal-linked company run by the future Queen Consort. But sadly, we will never know for sure. While Kate moved on to royal duties, her parents Michael and Carol maintained control over Party Pieces for over 30 more years after its founding. Carol Middleton was particularly instrumental in shaping the company's growth in the early days. Biographer Robert Lacey highlights her sharp business instincts, calling her a ferocious negotiator who once screamed down the phone at a supplier who refused to drop his price. This makes the ultimate failure of Party Pieces even more shocking and confusing. How could such a seemingly thriving company with smart leadership suddenly crumble under heavy debt? The Middletons had started Party Pieces shortly after returning to England in the late 1980s, following several years living abroad in Jordan. Michael took voluntary redundancy from his job as a flight dispatcher at British Airways in order to help Carol grow the fledgling company. It began modestly as a mail-order business run from the family's kitchen table, relying on neighbors and friends as customers in the early days. But it steadily expanded over the decades into a nationally known brand. Party Pieces was on its way to becoming a multi-generational family success story. That lasting success sadly never fully materialized, and now the Middletons are left trying to come to terms with the loss of their longtime business while also dealing with painful public backlash and financial uncertainty. It's a distressing outcome for a couple that worked so hard to build Party Pieces from scratch. Those entrepreneurial dreams have come crashing down after 35 years. One can't help but wonder, what if, when it comes to Party Pieces in its potential future under Kate Middleton as lead executive? Could she have pioneered a new era of growth and prosperity by leveraging her royal connections? With Kate's strong business sense combined with Michael and Carol's decades of industry knowledge, Party Pieces may have transformed into a true empire spanning the globe. But Kate instead remains in the royal spotlight, taking on more senior duties within the monarchy as her parents sort through the wreckage of their dissolved business back in Bucklebury. The story begins with Carol Middleton, mother of the future Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton. Carol was pregnant with her son James and trying to find fun paper plates for Kate's upcoming 5th birthday party. Surprised by the lack of good options, Carol had the idea that she could make better party supplies herself. Carol came from humble beginnings, having grown up in a council estate and small terrace house in the working-class London neighborhood of Southall. She left school at only 16 years old and started working at the Prudential Insurance Company. She later got a job with British Airways at Heathrow Airport doing ground operations. It was at British Airways that Carol met her future husband Michael Middleton in the late 1970s. Michael came from a wealthy family and had enjoyed an expensive private education at Clifton College in Bristol. Despite their different backgrounds, Carol and Michael hit it off right away. They got married in June 1980 and spent the first few years living overseas in Amman, Jordan for Michael's job. However, Carol struggled adjusting to life as an expat mother of 2 young daughters. So in 1986, the Middletons returned to the UK to settle down. The following year, 1987, Carol launched her fledgling party supplies company out of her kitchen table. Initially, she just made simple party bags for her daughter's friends from school. But over time, by word of mouth, the business grew large enough to take over their garden shed. Eventually, the company required its own separate premises to function. The real turning point came in the 1990s with the advent of online shopping and e-commerce. Michael left his aviation job to help Carol run the now booming Party Pieces, which sold everything from paper plates to balloons to banners. By the time of Prince William and Kate's royal wedding in 2011, Party Pieces was valued at a staggering £30 million. The current incarnation of Party Pieces was established in 2019, with Carol serving as a brand ambassador and she and Michael as majority shareholders. Just last year in 2022, the company had attempted an ambitious expansion into the American market. However, the business ran into financial trouble and owed over £200,000 in loans by June 2022. The Middletons blamed factors like COVID lockdowns and the cost of living crisis for creating cash flow problems and a sharp drop in sales. So after over 35 successful years, Party Pieces has now been partially sold to another company called Teddy Tastic Bear Company Limited for £180,000. The sale will keep on 12 employees and allow Party Pieces to maintain operations at its headquarters in Ashampstead, Berkshire. Earlier this year, friends of the Middletons had mentioned Carol, now 68, and Michael, 74, were hoping to retire soon and step back from managing Party Pieces. The goal was to spend more time with their quickly growing bunch of grandchildren, which now numbers at least 6 kids. It seems financial troubles accelerated the timeline for handing over the reins. So in the end, Carol Middleton's entrepreneurial journey creating Party Pieces from her kitchen table is a true rags to riches story. The company experienced incredible success and growth over 35 years, making the Middleton family multimillionaires in the process. While the recent sale and restructuring came sooner than expected, it allows Carol and Michael to enjoy retirement and more family time as originally planned. Their daughter Kate married a prince, future king of England, no less. And it all started decades ago with a mom just trying to find decent paper plates for her little girl's 5th birthday. Dear friend, if you like everything new about the royal family and don't want to miss all the novelties, subscribe to our channel and like it. By doing so, you take part in our development. We work for you.